azares del destino o no, habéis llegado hasta mí. Bienvenidos a Mundo Gamer. Habla amigo y entra.
Hola a todos, sed bienvenidos, soy Jharkendar y bienvenidos una vez más a Gothic 2 para continuar la historia donde la dejamos por última vez en el círculo de piedra. Bien, lo habíamos dejado aquí cerca de los magos para reparar el ojo de Inos. Vamos a ver. Vale. Vale, si me equipo el anillo de destreza, en teoría debería ser capaz de robarle a Batras. Perfecto.
How are things with the Eye of Inos?
Remember, only a ritual
Sí, esto sí lo habíamos visto. Ahora sí.
I did everything you told me to do. Here's the repaired eye.
Indeed, there is nothing missing now for the performance of the ritual.
What about the swamp weed?
Ah, yes. Do you have 3 swamp weed plants then?
Yes. Here are the 3 plants.
Excellent. You have done well. But now, step aside so that we may begin the ceremony. May our spirits unite!
Vale.
Let Pyrocar explain to you how I hope that I shall see you again.
Now that the Eye of Enos is healed, you must face the dragons. They all serve Beliar, the god of darkness. But there must be an earthly power that controls them. That much has become clear to me. Find out what the source of their power is. As soon as you've found that out, come back to me.
Vale.
You did it. The Eye of Inos is healed.
I would hardly have believed it possible.
What remains to be done here?
Do not waste your time on trivial things. Go and vanquish the dragons. Here, take the eye. Bear in mind that you need to talk to a dragon first before you can attack it. The power of the eye will force the dragons to speak to you and tell the truth. Furthermore, it offers protection against their attacks when you wear it. However, its power does not last. You will have to fill it up again with magical energy. To do that, you need the essence of a dragon's heart, which you merge with the eye on an alchemist's bench. Only then can you dare face another dragon.
Thanks, I'll remember that.
You now have everything you need. Go then. You do not have much time left.
Bien. No me he visto nada nuevo, creo. Vale. Nos vamos entonces ahora al Valle de las Minas a luchar contra los dragones. Hacemos un corte y venimos ahora. Bien, antes de ir al Valle de las Minas, vamos a hablar con Lord Hagen. A ver si tiene algo que decirnos.
I carry the eye.
You bear the eye. Then you are a chosen of Inos.
I shall set out and kill all the dragons in the Valley of Mines.
Go with Innos and destroy evil with his power.
How's the situation?
I must find a way to rest. We must do something against the dragon. Perhaps the Eye of Innos can save.
I want to become Am I worthy of receiving?
Which way have you chosen?
I choose the path of...
Pues mira, pues sí. Sí. Flecha sagrada.
I
Uy,
want to...
que me equivoco. Esto no.
If you want to...
Am I worthy?
Which way have you... The way of healing?
Si pongo el
I
combate,
choose...
You are not yet...
todavía no. Y si te
I
curación,
choose the...
cura de heridas leves. No, me va a venir de lujo. Vale. Entonces, ahora tenemos el hechizo de... Vamos a quitar esto. El hechizo de... Coño, a ver si lo veo. Flecha sagrada, vale. Tenemos flecha sagrada y curar... Curación pequeña. Vale, venga. Por lo menos con esto ya puedo hacer alguna cosita. Vamos a leernos las tablillas. Bien, 6 de fuerza, de puta madre, bien. A una mano, bien. Vale. Pues creo que ya estaría. Vamos a probar nuestro nuevo poder con el orco de élite que nos falta por matar, que está cerca de Khorinis. Y venimos ahora. A ver si puedo abrirme paso entre los orcos que hay aquí en la entrada. Por cierto, ¿qué amuleto tengo equipado? A ver. Bien, bien. Y aquí. Vale. A ver cómo se me da. Bien, de momento, pues mira, con estos dos sí he podido bien. Vale. Yo por poco la palmo aquí. Pero me cuadró. A ver, una poción que recupere toda la vida. Perfecto. Por poco muero aquí, Estuvo cerca. Pero el hechizo de la lluvia de fuego, vamos. Eso es calidad suprema. Agua marina. Vamos a cargarnos a este que se quedó ahí rezagado. Va. Y además hay una runa, a ver. Ahora miramos a ver, porque a lo mejor si no estamos cualificados para usarla. Pero ahora probamos. Bien. Cuando es un 1 contra 1 podemos bastante bien... Anda, ese se murió aquí escondido. Cuando es un 1 contra 1 podemos bastante bien contra los orcos. Simplemente los mato por aquí. Porque creo que despejar el paso de Khorinis pues tiene su ventaja. Creo que aquí habrá un cambio de pantalla. Sí. Capítulo 4, la caza del dragón. Pues empezamos el capítulo 4, gente. Se ha tardado en llegar, porque... la expansión nos ha requerido bastante tiempo. A ver qué encontramos por aquí. Bien. Vale, ahora lo que tenemos que hacer es empezar a matar dragones. ¿Por cuál empezar? Pues no lo sé, ya iré viendo, pero igual primero por el que empiezo es el del pantano, que creo que es el que está más cerquita. A ver. Con la armadura que tenemos ahora apenas nos baja a vida los ataques de los orcos y podemos aguantarlos bien. Bueno, ahí arriba fue donde empezó el Gothic 1. No sé cómo coño llegaron ahí arriba. Creo que por aquí no puedo llegar allí, ¿no? A ver. No. Pero bueno. Ahí arriba fue donde empezó el Gothic 1. Parece que fue ayer cuando nos condenaron a las minas y nos hicieron bajar por aquí abajo llevando una carta para los magos del fuego, ¿eh? Este camino, por supuesto, es... esto que donde estoy pisando yo es máxima inventada. O sea, hubiese quedado mejor que hicieran alguna forma de poder bajar y no poder subir que este camino. En plan, ¿qué es esto, loco? Máxima inventada, esto no estaba en el 1. Uf, ahora a ver. Vamos a ver con 2 cómo puedo. Oh, qué buena. Se bugueó uno. Quito una mierda de vida, estoy dependiendo muy exclusivamente de los críticos. Dependo muchísimo de los críticos para poder matar a los orcos. Todavía desde hoy no sé en qué dependen los críticos, si de la destreza, de la fuerza o cómo es esto. No sé, porque en el Gothic 1 yo también tenía solamente fuerza, destreza no me estaba subiendo nada. Y aún así pegaba críticos, y no de forma tan poco común, así que no lo sé. Vale, cogemos las hierbitas de aquí. Y ahora que está el paso despejado, es más fácil ir por aquí, aunque bueno, si venimos del Valle de las Minas es más fácil echar por la cueva que por aquí. Por lo menos esto queda despejado y algo de experiencia puedo ganar diciendo que he despejado el paso de las minas. Coño. ¿No sube o qué? A ver. Hay una poción aquí, no me había fijado. Vale, hacemos un pequeño corte y vamos al castillo. Mira, nos hemos encontrado con un grupo de cazadores de dragones donde está Gor también, que es este de aquí. Vamos a hablar con cada uno, a ver.
Hey, come over here.
What do you want?
This valley's a dangerous place, and without the right equipment, you'll find yourself dead in no time.
I assume that you've got the right equipment.
You guessed it. I might even sell it to you.
I couldn't care less.
Do you sell information as well?
That depends. If the price is right, I'll tell you everything I know.
How much do you charge?
Hard to say. But I think that 50 gold pieces for every piece of information I give you sounds about right.
I need some information.
50 gold pieces.
He really should have known better.
Yes, here. Now tell me.
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Tell me about the dragons.
Dragons are ancient, incredibly powerful creatures. Once there were thousands of them living all over the world. It's been over 100 years, though, since any of them were seen. Their blood is as hot as boiling oil. If they look into your eyes, your heart will turn to stone, so I've heard.
That's no secret.
I need some information.
50 gold pieces.
You listened to the wrong people.
Yes, here. Now tell me.
Never change. I could have told you that before.
Tell me about the Valley of Mines.
The Valley of Mines of Khorinis is known all over the country for its magic ore. These mountains are the only place where the magic ore can be found. A weapon forged from this ore is virtually unbreakable and will cut through the strongest armor. Until a few weeks ago, the entire valley was surrounded by a magic barrier. It was impenetrable, and nobody could get out.
I'm staying out of it.
I need some... Yeah, now...
Nothing amazes me anymore.
Tell me about the castle.
He really should.
It lies pretty much in the center of the Valley of Mines. Back when the valley was still a prison, the ore barons controlled the entire ore trade from there.
All over again.
I need...
Nothing amazes me.
Yeah, now... Tell me about the orcs.
The orcs haven't been here long. At least those orcs in front of the castle, that is. But I'm wondering about how well they're organized. Orcs usually attack blindly, no matter what. These orcs are biding their time. They're waiting, but we don't know for what.
What can you offer me?
Will it ever change?
You don't have to tell me.
A ver, mucho rollo con lo de la armadura. Pero yo aquí no veo la armadura.
That's all just gossip.
It was his decision.
No. Por cierto, antes hice una cuenta y creo que con... Uy, ¿dónde estoy? Que no me veo.
I've got no time for things like that.
¿Qué acabo de verme yo aquí? A ver. Ah, vale, son flechas mágicas. Creo que con 25 manzanas sí que nos sube un punto la fuerza. Entonces por eso estoy comprando manzanas a ver si llego a 25 otra vez. No encuentro la armadura esa de la que él me habla, así que ni idea. Bueno, pues nada. A ver qué dice este.
What?
Where do you come from?
We come from the city.
That's been known a long time.
I never saw you in town before.
I can't stand people who stick their noses into things that don't concern them, understand?
I see. You come from the city.
Exactly.
What are you doing here?
We heard about the dragon hunt, so we packed up our stuff and came here. But to be honest, I don't give a shit about dragons. I just want a bit of gold. Dragons have gold, don't they?
Certainly.
I wouldn't have done that.
What do you know about the dragons?
I only know the stories they tell the children. You know, virgins, gold, fire breathing, that kind of thing.
Where are you planning to go from here?
No idea. We're still thinking about it.
What about the orcs?
The whole castle is surrounded. There aren't any gaps. Trying to sneak through there is insane. If you try to fight, you're a dead man. Nobody gets through there.
Ah, really?
You don't have to ask me that.
Vale. A ver este otro.
Hey, you!
It was just like you said.
He really should.
What are you doing here?
That is truly the stupidest question I've heard in a long time.
He simply needs to practice more.
I haven't a clue.
I'm waiting for something to finally happen here.
Things would have turned out differently.
What do you expect to happen?
Oh man, you're really not the sharpest knife in the drawer. If I knew that, I wouldn't have to wait.
Thing all over again.
What could happen then?
You're getting on my nerves. Look, I don't care what happens, just as long as something does happen.
But he knew that all along.
Why don't you do something then?
If you don't stop asking stupid questions right now, I'm gonna shut your dirty mouth.
If you just wait around here,
a ver si lo provoco para pelear.
God, that's it.
No te flipes, hermano, que te parto la boca.
That hurt. Give it your all.
Harry, then.
That hit the spot.
That's enough now. Show him.
Vamos, venga.
Watch out.
Finish him.
Venga.
Finish him. Finish him.
Venga, ataca. Mi madre. ¿Cómo se resiste a bajarle el último trocito de vida, Joder. Bueno, algo tiene. ¿Así pensabas tú hacer algo? ¿Que no puedes ni vencerme a mí? Venga, venga. Te falta entrenamiento, amigo.
Well, we'll see the next time.
Wait a minute. How would you like to work for me from now on?
Why not? What are you paying?
Considera oportunidad si te dejo vivo. Vamos a darle 100 monedas, hombre, venga.
Well, I'll pay you 100 gold coins for now.
All right, then. It's a start anyway. Go ahead. I'll follow you.
Sí, ¿con qué vas a pelear? ¿Con las manos, desgraciado? ¿Dónde está el hacha que le quité? A ver. Hacha de batalla basta, creo que era. Vale. Coño. ¿Cómo? No. ¿Cómo era para soltar el arma? No me acuerdo cómo se soltaba el arma. Cierto, me quité sin querer esta. Bueno, vamos a hablar con los otros, a ver.
Do you have anything to drink?
I assume that it's not water you want.
No, damn it. I need something alcoholic so I can finally get rid of these damn headaches. When I haven't had anything to drink for a while, my skull feels like it's gonna explode at any moment.
I already thought as much.
Here, take this.
What does he know about duty?
It was just like you said.
That hit the spot. So, now I can think clearly again. What can I do for you?
That's no secret.
I'm looking for someone who can teach me something.
I could teach you a few things. I'm the best fighter for miles around. Since we're friends, I'll give you a special price. 300 gold pieces.
All right, here's the money.
Of course we got him in the end.
Same old thing.
Let's start with the training.
Then we'll see what we can get out of your rusty paladin bones, eh?
He really should have known better.
Vale, armas a una mano y a dos manos. Ok.
No idea, you tell me.
Here's something to drink for you.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
I'm feeling a lot better. I'm ready for anything.
It can't go on like this.
What are you doing here anyway?
I don't have any idea what we're doing here or when it'll start. And I don't care as long as I have enough to drink.
Really didn't deserve that.
Do you know where the dragons are then?
What's in it for me if I tell you?
I can't believe that.
I've still got a bottle of gin.
I'd fight every dragon in the world for a fine.
Nobody ever asked for money.
Agreed. Give me the bottle. I'll keep that for a rainy day.
Don't say you didn't.
All right now, where are those dragons?
Naturally, I can't tell you anything precise, but I've heard that there are supposed to be 4 dragons. We've seen a red glow over the highest mountain at night. I swear by my mother, if you're looking for a dragon, then you'll definitely find one there.
And there's more, believe me.
All right now, where are those dragons?
Naturally, I can't tell you anything precise. We've seen a red... I swear by my mother...
Azote a la pista de 1. Bueno, pues nada, ahora hablemos con Gore. Pero antes, equipémonos el anillo de la destreza para poder robarle la cartera a este tío. Sí. Bien. Ya veré qué hago con este. A ver. Así.
I don't believe this is gonna change.
Gore, mi colega, ¿qué pasó? Gore, siempre llevas las bolsas a mano.
I see you've joined the dragon hunters.
I followed Silvio into the Valley of Mines because I know my way around here best and wanted to get a clear picture of the situation. I'll tell you what, something's definitely brewing here. I've never seen so many orcs in one place in all my life. It wouldn't surprise me if Garand and the paladins in the castle had all fled or been slain by now.
What are your plans now?
I'll follow the boys here to the Valley of Mines first, and then take off later. I really have to find out what the orcs are planning.
I don't know why he gets so worked up.
I'll see you around.
Look out for yourself.
Things I could tell you.
Bien, vamos a pasar de este tío, aunque me vendría bien un guardaespaldas, pero paso.
This is where our...
Suit yourself.
Porque no sé cómo darle el arma. Y bueno.
Hey, you. Guys like you should watch where they're going.
What are you trying to tell me?
I mean that the air out here isn't good for your health. And the place is just swarming with orcs and monsters. Not to mention the dragons. It's just a well-intentioned warning.
Can you tell me anything I don't know already?
I can give you a good piece of advice, and it's even free. We can't use anyone here who faints dead away at the slightest dragon fart. Go home. This is a job for real men.
Where did you pick that up, then?
I used to say that myself.
Are you the boss here?
Do I look like it? Certainly not. We don't need any self-important jerk ordering us around. When Silvio tried to act like he was the boss, we showed him and his buddies what we thought of that. There was a brawl. In the end, they left on their own. I hope Silvio wound up in a soup kettle of some orc.
So, you want to kill dragons?
Smart ass. So, do you know how to bring down a dragon? Do you think the beast will just sit there quietly while you chop off its head? Something like that takes good planning and decisive action.
I see. And how are you gonna go about that?
First, we'll scout out where we can find the beasts. Only then will we think about the best way to attack.
Nobody wants to know.
How are you gonna get past the orcs?
We'll worry about those details later.
His decision, wasn't it?
I think you won't even find a blind sheep.
What? Do you want me to push in your stupid face?
Coño, otra pelea. A ver. Este tío es más duro, ¿eh?
Show him! What's up?
Shit, that hurt. Finish him! Watch out!
Give it your all! Holy Give it your all! Give it your all!
Don't stop now!
Me cago en todo. ¡Uy! Que este sí me va a ganar. A ver.
What you waiting for? Have it. Stop now. Let him have it. Show it. That's the ticket.
Not bad.
Hala. Y me quedo todo tuyo, pibe. Oye, que hay gente que a la mínima te desenvaina la espada y viene a partirte la boca, ¿eh? Gente muy subidita. Pero bueno, la experiencia me la llevo.
We'll see about that.
All right, you win. What do you want?
Wait a minute.
Bueno, no se puede hablar más nada con él.
What does he know about duty?
Ya le he partido la boca a dos flipados que hay aquí. Agüita. Vale. Vamos a hacer ahora una pausa para llegar al castillo y venimos ahora. Bien, aquí me la acabo de marcar porque vine aquí un momento para gastar el hechizo que me quedaba de bola de fuego, de tormenta de fuego. Rejunté aquí un montón de orcos y de un montón de gente y lancé la bola de fuego esa y pegué aquí una masacre que los acabo de dejar a todos hechos pisco. O sea, brutal. Brutal la masacre que acabo de tener aquí. Estoy recogiendo todos los cadáveres, que son montones, todos los cadáveres, y ahora venimos. Bien, después de haber gastado bastantes hechizos y esperarme aquí un rato, me he cargado un montón de orcos aquí en la entrada del castillo para que la próxima vez no me sea tan difícil llegar aquí y meterme dentro. Había un orco ahí abajo. Oye, mira que me ha costado, Mira que me ha costado, pero bueno.
It's good that you've come. All hell is breaking loose here.
What happened?
The dragon hunters are strutting around here in the castle and bragging that they can solve the dragon problem. But I'll tell you what, the way they look, They won't even kill a sick old snapper. A lot of us are getting really worried by now and no longer truly believe that we'll ever make it out of here alive.
Weren't there 2 of you sentinels up here?
Not anymore. Sengrath stood here on the battlements when suddenly he fell asleep. His good crossbow fell down when that happened. We could only just see one of the orcs snatch it up and disappear with it into the darkness. Sengrath woke up then and just ran into the night towards the orc palisades. He hasn't come back since. In us, be with us. Don't say you didn't know that.
Do you have any news?
The dragon hunters have arrived. They strike me as tough bastards, and I hope they are, because otherwise they won't survive for long.
Show me your wares.
Vamos a aprovechar para venderle a este tío. Bueno, primero para coger flechas. Que la verdad es que me he gastado, he conseguido un montón de flechas. Vale. Y luego vamos a venderle todo lo que tenemos aquí. Bien. Estas no, por supuesto. De aquí para atrás puede ser. Bueno, las de los orcos sí se las vendo. Que se venden por una miseria. La hoja de rubí la dejamos. Vamos a ver. De aquí... a 2 manos, no. De aquí para atrás. Pienso yo. Y por supuesto la garra de Beliar ni se nos ocurra. Vale. Vale. Tenemos esto sí, vale. ¿Y qué más podríamos vender? Mira, los anillos que tengan de protección 3 los podemos vender, a ver. De fuerza 5 los dejamos. Vale. Teniendo ya uno de 10 de maná, no quiero uno de 5. Vale, teniendo uno de 5 no quiero uno de 3. Ok. Y estos ya son ya de los tipos estos. Total que al final conseguí el set de los guerreros y el de los sacerdotes. Pero no el de los curanderos. Yo tenía... ¿Sí ves? El de los curanderos. No conseguí el medallón. Una pena la verdad. Sí es verdad que se nota mucho equiparse los 3, pero... donde haya protección, que nos quiten menos vida... no sé yo. Vale. Mira, los hechizos de transformarse en animales, eso fuera. Eso no lo vamos a usar nunca. Esto que ya quita una mierda también lo podemos quitar. Esto no quita nada ya. Por lo demás ya no tengo prisa por venderlo, que tengo mucho dinero, creo. Sí, tengo 20.000. Vamos sobrado. Pa' la saca.
What are you doing here?
I'm getting ready to fight. What else?
Who do you want to fight against?
I thought I'd drop in on the paladins and kick their fat asses. Idiot. Against the dragons, of course. What did you think?
Don't the paladins mind you being here?
Nonsense. They have entirely different problems. Most of them are glad to be still alive. The boys' morale isn't the best. That will be their downfall. I mean, just look at those nicked blades they're fixing to go into battle with. Any reasonable warrior would desert immediately.
Have you separated from your group?
My group? I don't have a group. I'm a trophy collector. If I go home without a trophy, then I won't know what I came for. So I can't use anybody else.
Have you set eyes on a dragon yet?
No. I want to get my weapons in shape before I set off.
Aren't you afraid that somebody might beat you to it?
What? Who? Silvio? Have you seen the pathetic figures he's got with him? Silvio can be glad if he gets out of here alive.
Silvio was here?
Here in the castle, you mean? Yeah, he was. But only for a short time. He chatted with a few people here and then set out again.
So where is Silvio now?
The paladins here mentioned an ice dragon in the west. It's supposed to be the most dangerous and powerful of them all. You should have seen the gleam in Silvio's eye when he heard that. One guess where he went.
You don't seem to like him.
What do you mean, like? I'm not particularly proud that I know him. Silvio doesn't have any friends. He needs people who follow him no matter what. That's not for me. I work alone.
Can you help me improve my weapons?
Improve? Better to buy something new and throw away the junk you're carrying around. Maybe I've got something for you. Interested?
What can you sell me?
Man, look at how low I've sunk. Now I'm even selling my weapons to a paladin.
A ver, ¿qué tiene? Hacha del frenético. Joder, esta no está nada mal. De las pocas armas que por X fuerza te da mucho más daño. Casi todas son lo mismo de fuerza, lo mismo de daño. Ya, qué pena. No tienen nunca una rana maleza de la llanura, los cabrones. Inquisidor. Esta es la única que merece la pena. Pero para más adelante. No creo yo que el tío se vaya a marchar. Bien, sigamos hablando con todos los personajes del castillo. A ver qué descubrimos. A ver. Ah, mira, podemos aprender combate a una mano y a dos manos con este tío. No me acordaba.
Oh, damn it to hell. I tell you, you have to watch like a hawk. If you turn your back for a moment, all your stuff is gone. Dirty scum.
What scum?
Those dragon-hunting riffraff, of course. Who do you think I was talking about? You gotta watch out, I tell you.
Did someone steal from you?
No. They smuggled 20 gold pieces into my pocket. Of course they stole something, you idiot. I tell you, when I get my hands on the dirty swine.
So what are you missing?
My purse, with all my savings in it. And now it's gone.
It'll turn up somewhere.
When I get my hands on him.
Bueno, pues a ver si encontramos la bolsa de este tío, a saber quién la tiene. Bien. Creo que voy a dormir para que se haga de día, para que aparezcan fuera todos los personajes que tienen que aparecer. Sigue habiendo aquí una cama. Aquí no había cama. Coño, pues pensaba yo que sí. Pues no. Pues no habían cama. ¿Hay algo nuevo por aquí arriba? No. Bueno, pues vamos a hablar entonces con lo que es por aquí, en lo que voy llegando a... En lo que voy llegando a una cama.
Hey, you.
Coño, un mercenario del campamento del pantano.
Don't I know you? You were Jharkendar.
Coño, Jharkendar. El que estaba con Iberion.
I have set aside my title. The Brotherhood of the Sleeper has disbanded. Curious, but you seem somehow familiar to me. Yet I cannot quite recall you.
What's the matter with you?
Oh, I haven't been able to sleep properly for some time. These constant nightmares.
You mustn't believe everything you hear.
That's not what I heard.
How did you get here?
After the collapse of the magic barrier, I hid myself in the mountains. It became time for me to do something. I strayed about for days until I suddenly awoke in the castle. Do not ask me what happened. I don't know. To make matters worse, I have also lost the amulet which I have had for years. I shall go mad if I do not find it again.
But he knew that all along.
What will you do next?
I shall rest a while first, so that I may take up the search for my lost amulet. I have heard something of dragons. It is also being said that many warriors have come to the Valley of Mines to hunt them. I am thinking of joining them. I'm no better off myself.
What happened to the others from the swamp camp?
The last thing I remember is that the barrier collapsed, accompanied by a nerve-shattering scream. Stricken with panicked fear, we fell to the ground, writhing in pain. That voice, it grew ever louder. And then, When it was over, they all ran mad and disappeared into the bleak night, screaming loudly. I have not seen them again.
I already thought as much.
Where exactly did you lose your amulet?
Somewhere in the south, shortly before I awoke here in the castle.
I don't know why
I suspect it was stolen. I absolutely must have it back.
Some don't even know how wicked they are.
Maybe I can help you find your amulet.
Why not? Some help cannot hurt.
His deeds were just.
What about the dragon hunters?
I will speak with them later. Maybe they can use a strong arm.
He really.
When will you go?
As soon as I feel better. Will it ever change?
Where do you want to look?
I shall go to the south, where I was last. There is a cave tomb there, surrounded by many boulders.
Some don't even.
I've got to go.
Watch your back.
Vale, el Jharkendar, el que era el guardaespaldas de Iberion, mira tú, qué casualidad.
It was a really stupid idea to come here. I thought there was something to be had here, but there's nothing here but a few arrogant paladins and orcs.
You forgot about the dragons.
How could I forget? I'll tell you what, I'm a blacksmith, not a warrior. Look, I make weapons. The fighting I leave to others.
Then why aren't you standing behind an anvil?
The paladins here won't let me into the smithy. I can't make anything unless I want to wind up in the dungeon. You're one of them too. So how about putting in a good word for me, huh?
What's in it for me if I help you?
I don't have anything. At the most, I could teach you something.
I'll try to help you.
How will you manage that? Parsifal has ordered a watch kept on us. No one would dare to disregard it.
I'll do whatever I can.
I can't imagine that he would listen to you.
Someone's gotta pay for that.
Where do you come from?
I've joined up with some men from the mountains. We were headed for the valley to make a real profit hunting dragons. Their leader went by the name of Silvio. Boy, what an ass. He treated me like I was his property.
I've heard a thing or two.
What happened in the castle?
Nothing that I've heard. Of course, I'm worried about what's happened outside the castle.
Where do you come from?
From the mainland. My people and I fled here. The situation there is getting worse. The orcs leave nothing but burned-out villages behind.
Y
the
tiene
king
razón.
has lost control of his realm.
Y tiene razón.
You paladins have failed, if you ask me.
Es la premisa del 3, del Gothic 3. Porque en el Gothic 3 nada más llegar, los orcos han invadido casi todas las ciudades humanas, quedando solamente la del rey Robert, y tienes que intentar ayudarles a recuperarlos. Está bastante guapo la historia del 3.
Where are your people now?
I left them. They thought they could take everything they wanted, even if it doesn't belong to them. Count me out.
That was obvious.
What else do you know about the war?
You haven't been to see your king in a long time, huh? The orcs are outside the capital. But whether it's fallen yet, I don't know. The last thing I heard was that the king is dead. But I don't believe that.
Eso está muy guapo porque no recordaba yo esta conversación. Y es cierto, cuando llegas al continente, o sea, el Gothic 2 acaba cogiendo un barco, el barco de los paladines, y llegando al continente. Y al llegar descubres que todos los orcos han invadido, todas las ciudades humanas, y que Vengard, creo que era, Vengard, la capital de Mirtana, está siendo asediada por orcos y tienes que interrumpir ese asedio y todo eso, y está súper guapísimo. Pero está muy guapo, no sabía que había una conversación con un tío de estos así de este estilo.
What are you doing here in the castle?
I heard about the dragons and wanted to help fight them. Unfortunately, I lost my sword when I was sneaking past the orcs. And now I'm stuck here. Without a sword, I can't get out of here. And the swords I can buy here are the worst junk.
I shall find your sword.
That would be great. You should look for it on the high cliff to the south. I probably lost it there, near the orc tents.
Bien. Creo que sería bueno buscar una cama y dormir, porque si no Ahora NPCs que estén durmiendo y no podré hablar con ellos. Vale.
For Inos.
For Inos. Aquí creo que los milicianos son los hombres de armas. No había mucho que hablar con ellos, creo. Brutus el armatoste, a ver.
Why aren't you at work?
But that's disgusting. Have you had a look in my chamber? Those filthy meat bugs are everywhere. I have no idea who set up quarters in there before, but I'm certainly not going back into that filthy sty. I hate those beasts, and stop grinning like an idiot.
¿En serio este tío por las sabandijas de carne no quiere volver a trabajar ahí? A ver. Ya está, mi rey. Ya puedes continuar aquí con la forja.
The meat bugs are gone. You can go back to polishing your thumb screws or whatever.
Are you sure that not one of those monsters is left?
Pretty sure.
All right, then. Here, take this gold as a token of my gratitude.
Oh, don't make me cry.
Qué bueno. A ver el carcelero si puedo hablar con él.
All quiet.
Quiet, yes.
But
my navel's rubbing against my backbone, man. Garan cut the food rations again. If I don't get a decent meal down my throat, then I'm going to bite Garan's fat ass.
It's better to watch out when you tell.
Maybe I could give you something.
Are you crazy? Certainly not here. If one of the others sees, I'll have a ton of new friends, if you know what I mean. You can find me in the Magician's Temple when everyone else has retired. There's hardly anyone in the temple at this time anyway. I'll wait for you there. But just don't show up with dry bread or some raw hunk of meat, got it?
Joder, macho, el tío. Tengo que esperar hasta las tantas de la noche para darle de comer a este tío. Pues nada. Vamos a hablar con los personajes importantes del castillo que están aquí. Vamos a ver.
Do you really think?
Hey, you.
Yo, extremadamente difícil, Awit.
I'm back already.
I never thought we would see you here again. After that scene when you were here a few days ago, I welcome you into our order. Maybe your appearance is a good omen.
I need more information about the dragons.
A rather large swamp has developed in the last couple of days to the west of the old castle. That's rather suspicious, wouldn't you say?
I need more
At the moment.
Can I help?
At the moment, we seem to have done everything which is possible from here. There is something, however, something very important which you could do for us outside of these walls. We are planning to cut off the serpent's head.
What do you mean by that?
We know one of their leaders. His name is Hoshpak. He is one of the most influential shaman among the orcs.
And what is my role?
Kill him.
That's a joke.
You are the only one that we can spare. All the other knights are needed here. Hoshpak's tent is situated outside of the siege circle, on a cliff to the south of here. You can almost see it from one of the windows there.
I still need some equipment.
We don't have much left that we could give you. Well, I can offer you this.
Hombre, esto está de lujo. Uno de fuerza, sí, señor.
I'll take the elixir of strength.
Here, this will certainly come in useful.
Bien.
I wish you luck.
Vale. ¿Y qué más? A ver.
Any news?
The orcs are becoming more and more numerous. This is not good.
De momento sí, aceptaremos matar a Hoshpak, a ver qué tal. Bueno, ya que podemos darle a fin, vamos a guardar la partida, a ver qué dice aquí.
I shall not murder Hoshpak in such a cowardly fashion.
Can you even begin to imagine how bad our situation is? We are under siege by a superior army of orcs. Our supplies are nearly used up. If we do not succeed in getting the ore to the ship, the orcs are going to lay waste to the entire kingdom. Everything we stand for will be forgotten.
All right, I shall kill Hoshpak.
I am glad to hear that. Hoshpak's tent stands on a small cliff. You must have seen it before. It is not far from the path to our mine, directly in the shadow of the big mountain.
Did anything important happen?
I'm worried. Very worried.
What for?
Recently, these men showed up. They call themselves dragon hunters. As far as I'm concerned, they're nothing but idlers and criminals. If it were up to me, I'd chase them all out of the castle. Let the orcs take care of them.
Unlike Lord Hagen, they are here.
Yes. Unfortunately, they're all we have. Innos is putting us through a very hard test indeed.
I need to talk to you about Jan.
Jan? Who's that?
A dragon hunter. He's a blacksmith.
Oh yes, I remember. What about him?
He wants to work in the smithy.
Out of the question. He isn't one of us and I don't trust him.
Can't you reconsider the matter with Jan?
No, my decision is firm.
And apart from that?
Leave me alone.
Vale, parece que habrá que hacer algo para que lo de Jan cobre sentido.
He really should have known better.
Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. El anillo de destreza. Uy, tengo una tablilla aquí, es verdad. De lujo. El anillo de destreza. Y le quitamos el bolso. Bien. Ya vamos por 240 de experiencia cada vez que hurtamos, de lujo. Por cierto, también la poción de fuerza me la voy a tomar ya. Maravilloso. Me falta por hablar, creo que con Garon y poco más.
I'm back.
I can see that for myself. Where are the reinforcements?
Lord Hagen will come as soon as he's settled everything. Much has happened.
I don't care. I need troops. There are more and more orcs, and we can't hold out much longer. My men are tired, and we're running out of provisions.
Some volunteers have arrived.
You mean the dragon hunters outside in the yard? They may help us, but there just aren't enough of them. If Hagen doesn't send some men soon, I can't make any guarantees.
There is a problem with the smith.
What, Smith? He's disappeared into the woodwork. Is he back? Then you can tell him.
No, I'm talking about Jan, one of the dragon hunters. He's a smith.
That's good. Our previous smith just slinked off, the coward.
Jan would be willing to take over the smithy.
I see. So you think I can trust him?
Yes.
If you're so sure, then you can vouch for him. If he causes any trouble, you'll answer for it. Agreed?
I'll vouch for Jan.
All right. He can use the smithy. Of course, he'll also have to provide my men with swords.
Do you really think?
Can you give me more information about the dragons?
I have other things to worry about. My strategic officer Ahora can tell you more about that.
I'm staying out of it.
Hey, you! Garon wants Jan to take over the smithy.
If that's so, then as far as I'm concerned, he can have the smithy. Even if I do think it's a mistake to trust this Jan.
Bien, podemos arreglar ya la parte de Jan y ya estaría más o menos lo que es el vídeo por hoy. Ha sido casi todo conversación, pero es que no ha quedado más remedio. A ver qué dice
new? If you want to learn the news, then ask the knights. I'm just an imprisoned cook.
Vale. Y por último, déjame ver si aquí arriba había algún personaje con el que se pudiera hablar. Creo que no, creo que esto es un caballero sin más. Vale, venga. Bien, pues hablamos con Jan. Vamos a ver si a las 12 y pico de la noche, por allá a medianoche, el tío este viene al templo. ¿Ve? Este no estaba antes.
Hey, you.
What can you sell me?
Man, look at how low I've sunk.
Ah, es el tío
Now
de...
I'm-
Vale, vale, sí, sí. Es el tipo aquel. Lo que antes estaba en otro sitio. ¿Y con este yo he hablado? Sí, creo que es el que estaba... Ajá, sí. Y con este también, vale. Vamos a hablar con Jen.
Go get your hammer. There's work for you.
You did? How'd you manage that?
I had to vouch for you, so don't disappoint me.
Don't worry. I'm glad that I can work at all.
Bien, ahora que el tío trabaja, a lo mejor me enseña algo. A ver.
Wait a minute. Teach me how to be a smith.
What exactly do you plan to make?
Nada, no, ya tiene todo lo que me puede enseñar. A ver las
Can I
armaduras.
buy some armor from you?
Nothing that would be better than your armor. We should forget it.
Vale.
What happened in the castle?
Nothing that I've heard. Of course, I'm worried about what's happened outside the castle.
Vale. Aquí estamos con el colega para darle comida. ¿Qué le podemos dar? Bueno, empecemos por una salchicha.
A piece of sausage?
Sure, give it here. Do you have more?
¿Queso?
What about a juicy hunk of cheese?
Sure, give it here. Do you have more?
¿Jamón?
I could give you this ham.
Sure, give it here. Do you have more?
¿Carne?
A chunk of meat?
Sure, give it here. Do you have more?
¿Y sopa?
A good soup would hit the spot, don't you think?
Yeah, more.
¿Otra salchicha?
A piece of sausage?
Yeah, more.
¿Queso?
What about a juicy hunk of cheese?
Yeah, more.
¿Jamón?
I could give you this ham.
Yeah, more.
¿Pero cuánto más tengo que darle?
A chunk of meat?
That's enough. With
menos
that,
mal.
I'll be fine for a while. Here's my gold. I can't buy anything out here in any case, so you might as well have it. I'd better go then, before somebody sees us.
Tenía hambre el colega, ¿eh? Vale. Pues bueno, pues ya estaría todo por hoy. Hasta aquí el vídeo, que ya se me está haciendo muy largo. Si os ha gustado, darle a like, suscribiros, no olvidéis compartirlo con vuestros amigos. Y nos vemos en el próximo capítulo de Gothic, donde ya partiremos ya del castillo aquí de los paladines a cazar el primer dragón, que creo que voy a empezar por el del pantano. Espero que os haya gustado este vídeo y hasta otra.